What's up, music lovers all across the world? It's been a minute. 2023 is finally over. It kind of went away very, very fast. 24 is coming up, but we're going to wrap this up with a little shot of bourbon. I love bourbon. And we're going to do a Nashville vintage, Miss Jenny Teator. Hello, Jenny.
Hello. How's it going? I
And
don't know why I had an accent there, but
she is her own shot of whiskey. Even though she's not originally from Nashville, she's pretty much a Nash person now. She's a whiskey drinking Nash person now.
yes, all the whiskey. I will show you my collection. We have a whole collection here, so we like whiskey.
But do you have Pappy?
Yes.
What's year?
Oh, I'm not
It's
sure. I'm not sure. It wasn't mine. It was my boyfriend, so it's over there.
That's the one thing I'm always so jealous of Nashville is just like this the amount of like you're right next to Louisville, so it's like you get everything from right there, and this there's so much. All my favorite old fashioned bars are in Nashville.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They make a good one here. But not all of them. Only some.
That's true. This is very true because my standards are high, and I've kicked them back, and I'm like, no, this is not what I want.
Yeah. When they give it to you like on like multiple rocks, like a
No,
whole thing of ice, I'm like,
no, 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 no.
not right. That ain't
That's
it.
a
That ain't
red
it.
flag. It's a red flag automatically.
Yeah. No.
Um, what would be because I've been to Nash plenty of times. I love Nashville. It's always I say I lost my heart there and left it there. Um, what are some of your favorite spots? For some old fashions, Manhattan, or just whiskey cocktails in general, Nash?
Honestly, and I'm not just saying this because I'm biased and I play there, but one of a regular venue that I play at is the W. It's a hotel in the Gulch, and they make an amazing old fashioned. Like I get it every time I play. It's so good and it's perfect. It's not too sweet, and I don't like super sweet cocktails,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
some
yeah.
places will just make it like too sweet. They make it perfect, and so definitely the W at their bar in the living room and Patterson House. That's a speakeasy.
I've been
It's
there. That's very
incredible.
good. Yeah, yeah.
It's so good. I'm just like, and you kind of just tell them how you like it. And I don't even think they have a menu really. So, and they make it and they make it really good.
I'd say my number one, even though it's not technically Nashville, it's in Franklin. 20 minutes, 30 minutes out there. Oh, Be Joyful. Oh, I
Yeah.
love that place. Oh,
Oh, be joyful. It's so good. And yeah.
so cheap, $10. I don't know if it's still $10. Every time I've been there, it's been like 10, $11, and it's just like
Yeah.
it's just so good. Like it's
Yeah.
just simple and good.
Yeah. That's one of my favorites here. I live in Franklin. So it's like right there. And but every time we go, it's such a small bar. So
Yeah,
it's always
always
packed on the
packed.
weekends. It's so hard to get. So we'll like go during a weeknight and stuff. But yeah, OB Joyful makes a really good old fashioned.
I just like Pushing
A gr-
Daisies. Pushing Daisies was pretty cool. I'd like Bar
Oh,
Sovereign, kind of like I think it's I guess West Nashville, maybe technically, or South.
yes, right on the outskirt. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, yeah. That place was really cool.
Yeah,
God,
for sure.
I missed this. God damn.
There's so many like new bars coming about. Like I just heard of like three other new speakeasies that are on our list to try. So it's really hard to keep up, but
It's a good
Nashville
problem to
does
have.
it right.
It's a good problem to
Yeah, I know. Yeah, pretty much.
have. But we were
Yeah.
talking in the offline too beforehand. Last time I saw her, we bumped into each other was in freaking Nam a year ago, out here in
Yep.
California, the big music industry one. They have it in Nashville as well, and it's talking about how things are changing. A lot of people, it's kind of going away, as even artists, like a lot of people, we're getting a lot of sponsorships, but like sponsorships now are kind of like all through internet and social media. There's no need to go to these NAMs, I guess, anymore, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's definitely like still cool to go to. I guess it just kind of depends on like what you're looking to get out of it, and just a lot of good networking is there. And so I'll go to the NAM in California, obviously, and then also in Nashville. So my dog's freaking out. Stella, it's just a dog. So you might hear Stella on this.
Now, would you say
Um,
the NAM in Nashville is larger than the one out here? Because I've never been to the one in Nashville, so I don't. I've never. I can't.
no,
No. Smaller.
Not as big at all. It's
Okay.
at Music City Center downtown. And if you've been there, I mean, it's a convention center, but it's not nearly as big as the one in California. So
Which is
that's the only downfall.
that's so strange when you think, because now Nashville's such now pretty much taking over as the music mecca compared to LA, and LA is not even close to Nam. It's in Anaheim, so it's like an hour and a half at least in traffic, and
Right.
that's surprising. You would think this could be that.
Yeah.
That's You got Gibson right next door.
Yep. I know. I know. I'm not really sure what's going on, but times are changing, I guess. I don't know.
Well, with the times, you've been very busy during this year. Seems like you always got shows going on, and most importantly, you released a bunch of new music this year. 3 new singles,
Yeah.
to be exact. Ragdoll, Thank the Pain, and the newest one, Screaming Eagles.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. And Screaming Eagles is actually the first track that's going to be on the album that I'm putting out next fall.
Oh, we're jumping to the album. She's
So
next.
excited. That's just a sneak peek. But yeah, yeah. So I've been dying to put out an album. And I mean, you could take your whole life to put out an album. You just kind of have to go and just do it. But it's been a really cool experience. We're now on the fourth song of the album, and we're taking our time with it. Like the last 6 months, I've been writing a ton for the album and picking the best songs from them. So I have close to 50, 60 songs that I have to pick the best 12, 10 to
Yeah.
12. So Screaming Eagles was the first one. Yes.
But we're talking about
um,
you're 4 songs deep on the new album that's slated to be released next year, maybe.
yes, yes. Next fall is the goal. There's no deadline because you don't want to rush it. And that was my whole intention with this album is I want to do it right. And I don't want to rush it. I want to pick the right songs and make sure I have the right songs that I want to be my mission statement, my theme. I want to put out a body of art. So actually tonight I'm recording vocals at 7 o'clock tonight for one of the songs, Breaking the Mold, and I've been playing that out a lot, and it's got an El King vibe. Sounds so good right now. But I'm going in tonight to record the lead vocal for that. So yeah, it's been so fun. And I've got Brandon, who's producing the album. He's done Whiskey with Me, Russian Roulette, Call Me by My Name. He's done a lot of them. And then we also have Greg Collins, who's mixing the whole album. And that dude is so nice. I met him through another project that I did, and he's a Grammy Award-winning producer, mixing engineer. He's worked with U2, Red Hot Chili Peppers, No Doubt, Neon Trees. Just his resume is silly.
So you're on
Kiss.
Grammy.
Oh
You're
my
going to be on
God.
Grammy contention, basically, is what you're saying.
Let's go. I'm not doing this for nothing. Yes, 100%. And so, yeah, and he loved my stuff. And I was like, if you're willing to work with me on budget, not sure what you pay or what you charge, but I'd love to have you mix my album. And he's like, I would be honored. So, he just started mixing the 2 of my songs. So yeah, it's been a good journey. Stay tuned for more.
Did he do Screaming Eagles as well?
He did not. No, I
Okay.
had someone else do that. Yeah. Because it was before I had already contacted him,
Yeah.
but he might we might do an acoustic version of it too, of just stripped down. I'm thinking about doing that and putting that on the album as well. The B-side.
Special expanded edition, add to it at the end of it.
Yeah.
See?
Exactly. So doing all the things over here.
But Scream Eagles is your very first one, the first song you said, and that's going to be the first track on it. And it hits close to home for me as an Army veteran, and you wrote about it. Your grandfather is a 101st Airborne, and I believe he's on the art album as well for the single, if I'm correct.
Yeah, that was him when he first joined. Yeah, young. That's a very special song to me. I just put out today on my YouTube channel actually an interview and a reaction video of when I showed the final recording to my dad and my uncle. They were both in town in October, and I'm like, I'm going to surprise them and show them, because they knew the song. They've heard me play it, but I never showed them the final recording. And so we got that all on video, and I asked them a couple questions and kind of did an interview and asked them how it was growing up with my grandpa. Like, did he ever talk about it? And did he tell them any stories? And so it was a really good interview, and it was kind of hard for me to not be emotional editing that, because it was just, even they got emotional. So that's on my YouTube now. And it shows a little clip of like a visualizer for Screaming Eagles. That just came out today, but it's a very special song. Like it's honestly the first like really vulnerable, like acoustic, like slower song that I've put out. That's going to be the rhinestone of my Rhinestone Rock. And that's going to be the name of the album. The name of the album is Rhinestone Rock.
So, and you finally released it right before Veterans Day as well. So that's like, it was a beautiful tie-in for everything.
Yeah. I've had the amazing opportunity to like work with the 101st Airborne as well, and kind of got their attention with the song. And I was able to perform at the military ball for the 80th anniversary of the 101st Airborne back in May of this year.
Yeah, you posted photos as
well. That
was
incredible. That was so cool. I don't know how I didn't cry. I was so nervous, but then also just like, yeah. So that was cool. And I've played the change of command ceremony and got to know the commander and just a lot of like good people at Fort Campbell on the base. And so it's been really cool to like get involved with them, and they love the song, and we're going to be doing some more things with veterans. And it's been a really full circle experience for me. So hopefully my grandpa's smiling up there. I miss him, and it was a good tribute to him and just all the veterans that have served our country.
That's absolutely. Maybe you can even do, because you're coming out to San Diego and stuff like that. And maybe you can reach in connection with Cap Pendleton and stuff like as well, and do things. So they would love that. That's the biggest thing. It's like, no matter what the event is, soldiers just love going to the music event, no matter what it is.
Yeah,
that's a
good idea.
We all love coming to. If there's a show happening, we're going to come out and support and just go, because it's good. It's just fun. It's something, we don't get a lot of stuff on base, so it's fun to go to.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I love it. I think it goes hand in hand. And I mean, even something I've dreamt about is like doing like the tours, like, and playing for the soldiers and stuff. Like I would absolutely love that. I just don't know who to talk to. I mean, we've talked to a couple people, but we're going to try and see if we can make that happen, because I'd love to do something like that.
If you contact USOs, they'll have a lot more information on that. MWRs on bases. I believe they have the connections for like if you want to do those USO tours and stuff like that, and going around to different bases, because that's how they did. Like we had when I was in Afghanistan, they had Robin Williams, Tom Green, and all these people do their tours. It's all through the MWR, so that'd be your biggest point of contact.
Okay, yeah, cool, yeah. So we'll see. I really the release went really well, and so many people. I mean, just the feedback on that one. For like a year, even before I even got it recorded, everyone's like, you need to record that song. That's a very special song. It's a story song. It's just very well written. And I was like, really? Oh, well, okay. I'm just, I mean, I love the song, but like, I just, of all of my songs, I've always been like upbeat rocking. Like I can do that all day.
Yeah.
So it was just kind of a new area to go into and be vulnerable and do more of a story song. And I've fallen in love with songs like that. So you'll have a couple of those rhinestones on the album.
Yeah, that's like I would say is like everything you've got. You always got great hooks and good melodies, and it's super like, all right, I got the beat going, and this one's just raw, and you're just like, damn, oh my god, I feel a little vulnerable right now listening to this.
Yeah, the letters. I mean, the verses are the letters that my grandpa wrote home during war. So I found them at his funeral, and those were the inspiration behind this song. And as soon as like my co-writer Tolan Shaw and Sheridan Gates, he just sang "Dear Shirley," and I'm like, what are you doing to me? And I was like, it was perfect. I'm like, okay, this is it. Like this is it. And I remember leaving that being like, holy crap, we just wrote a really special song that's going to resonate with a lot of people. So, yeah.
Well, now you're going into like the whole. We know hopefully next fall the album's coming out. That's gonna be the first song. But you have a whole bunch of singles, from Surrender, Rise Up, Daughter of the Devil, Whiskey with Me, which is one of my all-time favorites. It's such a great I'm gonna make a Manhattan right now and listen to this song.
Yes.
Are they all? Do you ever think you're going to put them on like a compilation EP, essentially? Maybe not going to be part of the new album, but like put them all finally in one EP. Like here they are, instead of their own standalone singles.
I thought about that, and a couple people have said that. They're like, you could just package it all.
Maybe add in one or
Especially,
two new songs to it, and then here's a brand new EP.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and I totally could, especially when I do like solo house concert tours. They're like, "Do you have a CD?" I'm like, "No, but I have a lot of singles out that you can stream." And so, for that reason of having a merch item in the interim of like making this album, I could print and put them all on an album. I've thought about that. Cost money, obviously, but I do have a collection of songs where I could put that out together.
If you're doing
Aside from
for
the album.
you did for a while too, and I have it because you mailed it to me. The acoustics EP.
Oh my gosh, that
I
was so
have
old. Yep, yep.
that.
You do? Oh man, baby J. That was
uh,
yeah, an acoustic project that yeah, yep. Forgot about that. So,
I got the vintage single. I got the vintage limited edition. Everybody wants it.
yeah, you do. Like those, there are no more of those. So you definitely have that. I totally forgot I did that. And those weren't released either. Like that's just on the CD. If you came to a concert, I gave it, I sold those, but they're not online. So that is very special that you have those.
But like speaking of like shows and stuff like that, you're gonna be busy coming in 2024. Like you got a whole West Coast tour coming out here and coming out to SoCal near me. I'm stoked because I know you've done San Diego before. And I saw they were weekdays. So I'm like, damn it, I can't get down on a weekday. But you're playing
I
on
know.
Saturday in San Diego. I could do that. But that you're
Yep.
coming out here, West Coast. You're doing a full like nice tour. So it's like, is this driving or are you flying?
No. Oh my God, I'm
Oh,
flying. No.
okay. Woof.
Yeah. So
It's a rough trek.
I, what?
It would be a rough trek. It is.
That would be very long. Yeah, no. I booked a flight. So I was sitting here and I'm just like, it's honestly, especially a musician in Nashville, independent, and you're like, okay, during the slow months, December, January, and February, it's dead here. Nobody's really coming to Nashville. Like there are still some tourism, but I mean, it's generally slow, and the industry kind of shuts down during that time anyways. So I'm like, I don't want to be here, playing the same venues in the cold to like nobody, where I could go to where the people are, where the warmth is. I'm like, why don't I go out west? And I've been trying to, hit new places that I've never been, because that's part of it. Like you got to like hustle and play everywhere and get exposure everywhere, build your fans everywhere. And so I've never played in Arizona. So I'm like, I want to go to Arizona. And a couple people I know, they're like, it is busy here in January in Arizona. And I was like, okay. And so, I took like a week. My boyfriend actually helped me find this booker, and he books a bunch of places out there, and he loved my voice, and he got me 5 shows in Arizona. And so that really worked out. I booked a flight. I got a Tesla on Turo. I'm going to be using
Hey.
a Tesla out there, which is great. It was super cheap. Like it was 30, I think it was like $30 a day. It was silly. So that's my vehicle, and we're staying with his aunt. Like I've got a free place to stay, and I'm playing, for 5 days out in Arizona, and can't be, I can't complain. I'm very excited because I've never been to Arizona really. So I'll be in like Phoenix, Scottsdale, Peoria, Chandler. It's all around the same
Yeah, yeah.
area. And yeah, and so I'll be there, and then I'll fly to San Diego, and my cousin lives out there, so it kind of works out to where I get to see my cousin. She's flying my sister out with my niece, so it'll be like a little reunion for a couple days, and then I'll play on the weekend in San Diego. So I'm excited. It's going to be a good like 2 weeks
It's
of
pretty much a
like
vacation for you.
adventure.
Yeah, it's gonna be a vacation. Let's be real.
I mean, pretty much, but I'm going out there to play and like
Yeah,
build a fan base out there. And so you got to keep coming back too. I've played in Arizona, or I've played in San Diego once, I think just once. And so the people that I met there are like, are you going to come back? Like, I hope. And so you just got to keep going back and try new places. So I'm excited.
I'll send you in the offline and messages. There's a room in Laguna Beach called the Marine Room. Kind of similar to places down in like, Moonshine Flats and things like that. That would take you up on booking in a heartbeat. It's a great,
Really?
yeah,
Okay.
and they make killer cocktails there. It's a great whiskey bar as well. So it's just like
Love it.
that's
That's
just
my
any
spot.
Teeter value right there.
Yeah,
I'll send that to you.
100%. Okay, that'd be great. Yeah, that's what it's all about, honestly, is like I could Google places and look them up and email the booking agent, but I love going off of recommendations too. And um, yeah, I've found it's just been a little bit easier to build or to book because I've honestly worked my ass off for the last 6 years building a brand, building my sound, like my image, everything. And it's all poured into who I am now.
You have evolved since
So,
we first talked years ago during pandemic time, and then to now. It's like the whole image of Jenny is just blown. It's huge. You're
yeah.
no pretty much a Nashville superstar over there now. It's like you.
Well,
uh,
I don't know about that, but yes, I
but
mean,
to see
I'm
the
definitely
evolution,
creating buzz.
and,
Yeah,
and even though you're still an independent artist, it's like I'd say you could a better of the 5% of independent artists.
thanks. Yeah, I
She's
hope
like,
so.
I don't know.
I don't know. It's so hard. Like honestly, like I'm very proud of everything that I've done thus far and independently. Like I just recently, like a year ago, got a manager on to come on board and Sheridan, and she's my best friend, and so she's done a lot to help me too. To when it's like I've literally done everything. Everything has been me. I am the CEO of my entire career. And so it gets to be daunting sometimes. So it helps to have someone to help you. But I'm really proud of how far we've come and matured. Like my music has matured. I think this album is going to really show that. It's just going to be like, this is who I am. And my songwriting has gotten better, just really everything. And that it comes to time. So that's why they say it's like a 5 to 10 year town or just really anything in the music industry because it doesn't happen overnight for most people, unless you just get lucky and you know somebody. But
I mean, luck does play a
like
factor.
I've
That's always a factor, but still, you got to. There's
right.
always the grind. It's always the grind.
Yes. Oh yeah. Or if you have a lot of money. But seriously, it's like it really does take time and it's like that's the journey though because you're growing through all of that. And at the end of the day, that's what's going to be worth like that's you. You're gaining a lot from the time that it takes. So, I'm excited. I'm excited. And we're getting busier every year, playing more shows. And like in January, another big show that I'm doing is I'm going back to my hometown in St. Louis and playing the St. Louis City Winery. I've never played.
Ah,
So, and they have those here in Boston on the East Coast too. But that'll be my City Winery debut. So I'm like nervous and excited. So
but
I'm like, I hope people show up.
that's without a doubt. But it's like you touched about it being the independent artist, Nashville. Talk about a little bit how hard it's been, and because you've been in Nashville for what, almost a decade now, going on a decade, maybe a little,
6.5 years.
yeah, almost a decade, so 4 years short. Um,
Yep.
and I don't think anyone's really talked about this. Everyone talks about the LA scene, but no one talks about the Nashville independent scene, the grind, what it took you to get these venues, to book, to play. What is the independent scene, I guess, currently now, for you, yourself, and aspiring artists trying to make it over there?
It's a grind. I mean, it's an absolute grind. You're your own boss. You are your own boss. So like there's no timeline, there's nothing. You just have to get out there and play everywhere and network your butt off. That's a huge part of it. And sometimes it's hard like for me, it's hard to like want to like muster up the energy to like go to an event or something because I'm like tired from playing or creating or doing all the other things that I'm doing. I'm like, oh, do I have to? But you do. And like then it's worth it usually. Or I'm getting better about like knowing which events are worth it. But you
There you
definitely want to network a lot. And that's the best thing about being in Nashville is because there's so many opportunities to play and grow as a songwriter and artist and network. There's just unlimited events and stuff that you can go to. So you have to be persistent, not annoying, but persistent. It's like, hey, can I play here? Like literally, I mean, if they don't reply, follow up in a few days. Like, don't let it, they're not going to come to you. So, well, now they are. That's a compliment. At first, they're not going to come to you. But like within the last year, I've had people asking me if I would play, which is a huge thing. That's
You've
another,
drawn
that's
that
leveling up.
crowd, that consistent. Wow, you bring in a good crowd
Yes.
every single time now. Now you have them at your booking.
Yeah. Like this Sunday, I'm playing the Titans tailgate again. I played it last year. It's at Nissan Stadium. And they emailed us, hey, would Jenny want to play again? Like, hell yeah, I do. So very excited for that. I'm like, let's go. So, and actually City Winery reached out to us and I was like, what? Really? Me? So it's a grind and you have to just keep going. You have to just always be on the lookout for the next opportunity. Because if not, then you'll just kind of stay here. I mean, you have to be the one to go, you know, so.
What's the number one, if you have to give one, someone who's dropping up because you essentially left your life and moved out to Nashville on a whim as well. If someone's doing the same thing, they're leaving, I'm leaving Southern California. I don't like the LA scene. I'm going to Nashville. I'm going to pursue it. What's the number one advice you'd give someone trying to do that?
Join.
That you wish you knew. That you wish you knew.
That I wish I knew. Oh, well, someone told me this when I moved here. So, which was the best thing they could have told me, honestly. It was just like, join this group. I'm like, what? And I didn't for like a couple weeks. And then I like logged on. I'm like, oh, shit. There's a Facebook community group called Young Entertainment Professionals. It's called YEP. And I tell everyone that moves here, I'm like, join this Facebook group because all the opportunities are on there. Like any opportunity in the music industry. Someone's looking for a photographer. Someone's looking for a solo acoustic act to play. I mean, like literally anything is on there. And that's how I met Meg Williams. I made a post. Hi, my name's Jenny Teator. I just moved to Nashville. I love Grace Potter, Tedeschi Trucks Band, ZZ Ward. Would love to write with someone in that vein. And then all these people commented, I'm like, I'll write with you. You know, it's just like the best way to start. And that's how I really started some of my like first 5 or 10 writes was from that Facebook group. I'm like, what? So everyone here is just willing to like help you, or that's one thing I learned about Nashville is just like, just ask. They could say no, but they might say yes. So joining that group was like huge. And then I started meeting people. I got a job at a hotel bar. Then I really met some people. So get a job. Don't just depend on music. You need to get a job. Like, especially as a server or something downtown, you'll really meet some people. So I would say just like, if you do that, you'll start meeting some people and getting more involved in networking.
I think that's very solid, especially for the Facebook group. I never even thought about that because LA doesn't really have that. LA doesn't have that community, and either Southern California, we don't have a community of musicians. It's like it really, no one. That's which is sad. Which really is truly sad. For as big as the music industry we are, we don't have that kind of thing. We don't, and it's sad. That's why a lot of people go out to that Nashville community because they have that sense of like, oh hey, you want to do something, I can help you, or I know somebody that can help you.
Yeah, it's a different type of people too, I would say. And I don't mean that in a mean way. It's just Nashville's so like welcoming, Southern hospitality, whatever. And so like that was new to me, but I'm like, okay, everybody's nice here. And it's not as competitive. Like there's competition here, but not like it's a different competition.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Well, it's wrapping up, and I know you got to get going too as well. What's going on? What's the latest release that you're going to do before this new album is tentatively going to be talked about, album artwork and stuff like that? Are you going to release a new single in 2024 before that?
Oh, yes. Yes. We have at least 3 singles, possibly 4 singles to be released before the album comes out. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited. There's a song called Lotus Rising. That's probably the most rock song I've ever It's pretty rock, but like, and then it has like, it's very Alanis, I would say. But the riff is so good. I've posted some live video of me playing at like some of the festivals over the summer, but I love that song. And it's all about like female empowerment, just like about a strong woman, not like feminist type stuff, but like just the power of a woman. And it was inspired by my sister, my mom, all the strong women in my life. And I love that song. I cannot wait. So Greg is mixing that right now. But I'll have like 3 or 4 singles to come out before the album. So next year will be a good year.
And it's gonna be titled Rhinestone, correct? That's the album.
Rhinestone Rock.
Rhinestone Rock. I want to see like,
yep.
I'm picturing already a bunch of jewels, and it's gonna be like in the shape of an R or something, like maybe. I don't know.
Oh yeah. Oh, I have a. Where is it?
Like an
well,
RR.
I already have a. I have.
Oh, a
no.
belt buckle with RR.
That would be cool. Ooh, belt buckles. That's a kind of a cool merch item idea. I'm trying to like think of like better merch items than just like t-shirt, hoodie, hat.
Something
Like I want some more creative stuff. And so like even like the coasters for Whiskey With Me, I had those made. Those sold fast. And I just had a barrel head made. I don't know if you saw that post. That's the Rhinestone Rock logo. It's got a big diamond with roses and thorns, and like it says Rhinestone Rock. And then the
cool.
eagle wings.
Oh, that's cool. All right, that's sick.
It's very like Aerosmith vintage, like rocking. I love it. I love it. So
all right.
I haven't posted it.
I'm feeling that. That's gonna be sick.
It'll be cool. It'll be cool. So we're rolling with Rhinestone Rock and making it a thing. 2024.
Everything is happening for Jenny in 20. Well, everything's already been happening, but you're gonna have a huge year, kicking it off with West Coast tour, new singles, and hopefully the debut album. That's gonna be a big 2024 for you.
Yes, sir. Yes, it is. I'm ready.
I know you're gonna have a great holiday. Have a great New Year's as well. I'm sure you're gonna be probably singing and playing. Does that happen if you're going to a holiday party? Like, oh, Jenny's here, she can play.
Yeah. Well, actually, I've always played New Year's Eve, like the last like 4 years. So actually, I think this year I'm not gonna play, which will be kind of nice. Because seriously, because January is gonna be so busy for me as well. Like December is kind of my slowdown month, and I'm taking it all in. So I just need to like do some R&R before 2024 starts. That's my goal for this month.
Nice reset, refresh, and then you're going to hit the ground run.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Jenny. It was amazing to catch up. I'm going to have everything posted for all her links, socials, musics, especially the newest one, Screaming Eagles, and everything else. Please give her a follow, like, heart, watch her YouTube reels and stuff like that. They're actually kind of funny, especially when she posts over her dog. A little bit funny.
Yes. Oh, Stella. Oh, yeah. Love me. Love. Thank you so much for having me, Justin.
Always a pleasure. Great to catch up. And everybody, please have a great New Year's and see everyone in 2024 and see Jenny as well.
Bye.